It's such an honour to talk to you here on the unceded lands of the Musqueam, Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh peoples. And it honestly feels truly like yesterday when I graduated myself, and I went straight into working in a hospital in the UK's National Health Service. I was accepted onto their graduate management training scheme, and I loved it. I immediately recognised healthcare as a place where you could make a real difference to the lives of others, a place where you worked with colleagues who were almost universally kind, clever and dedicated, and it was a lot of fun. Looking back though, maybe my shiny new degree did give me a little bit too much confidence. I remember someone giving me the best piece of advice ever. They said, "Fiona, if someone disagrees with you, it might not be because they're stupid." And this has always stuck with me. But what I really wanted to say to everyone here in this room is, of course, congratulations. First of all, to the parents, the family members, the friends, and the supporters who are here. Only you know how much time you have put in to support the graduands here today. You know the sleepless nights you have had, from a baby with colic to a teenager panicking about exam results. You know when you offered reassurance, when you only felt anxiety, when you supported decisions, even though you thought they may not have been the wisest, when you stepped in to solve a crisis. And so thank you to everything that you have done, and congratulations on your loved one's graduation. You should feel really proud of your children, stepchildren, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, friends, whatever your relationship to the person here today. They have achieved something very special, and your love, help and support has made this possible. And then to you, all of you who are about to graduate, I wanted to say, first of all, congratulations for choosing a degree and then, therefore, I hope, a career in healthcare. I think we all need meaning in life, and working in healthcare is one of the most meaningful things that you can do with your limited hours on this planet. I remember one day back in England when it snowed really heavily. And this was in the south of England. We weren't used to proper snow. Everything stopped. The roads were impassable, kind of like Vancouver, to be honest. So I set off to walk to work. And as I got nearer to the hospital, I met more and more of my colleagues. We were the only people out at 6 in the morning in the snow, all walking because there was no other way to get in, and gradually converging on the hospital. We kept the hospital working, and then on the way home, I walked past a pub, and it was packed full, and you could tell that most people had been in there all day. And it turned out most workplaces had just closed for the day, and everyone had just gone to the bar. And, clearly a lot of fun had been had. And for a moment, I just wished that I had a job that didn't matter, where we could just close for the day and go to the pub. And then I thought about what a privilege and an honour it is to have a job that matters so much. I once read Howard Schultz's book about how he transformed Starbucks from a single store in Seattle to a worldwide chain. And we can all debate if that was a good thing or not. But the point that stuck in my mind was that he talked about the power of connection. And he talked about how lucky they were in that business, that customers weren't faceless, anonymous people, but Starbucks staff had the privilege of looking their customers in the eye when they served them coffee. And that statement blew my mind. I thought, you have the privilege of handing someone a coffee. We have the privilege of holding their hand on some of the best and the worst days of their life. We are there for the new babies, the scary diagnoses, the heroic interventions, the long, painstaking road to rehabilitation, and the last slow breaths of life. So congratulations for choosing to be part of this world. Working in healthcare is an international fellowship, and I wanted to say welcome to that. I also wanted to tell you just one story about a patient from St Paul's Hospital, where I work. She was a young woman, homeless and living on the streets in the downtown east side. She was also pregnant, and when she came to have her baby at St Paul's, we found somewhere for her to stay in our transition unit, our hostel, whilst her baby still needed to be in the neonatal unit. And in the next few days, thanks to the love that was shown her by all the team, she felt safe enough to start bonding with her baby, go to our rapid access addiction clinic to get help for her substance use, and everyone started to feel like this was a moment where a life could be changed. But it so happened that it was this young woman's birthday that week, and so the neonatal nurses organised a little birthday cake for her. And when she saw this cake, she broke down with emotion, and she told the nurses that this was the first birthday cake that anyone had ever made for her. So I tell this story to make sure that I don't take for granted the love and support which I've always received in my life, and the many, many birthday cakes that people have made for me, and to remind us all of how many of the patients that we serve haven't had this experience. I also tell the story because it has a happy ending. The young woman and her baby left the hospital to go to a supported mother and baby complex, and she's coming back to St Paul's to volunteer and support other women in that situation. And so this is our privilege, to be with people at the best and the worst moments of their lives and influence those major turning points. And finally, I wanted to say congratulations to everyone who's graduating today for getting your degree in a pandemic. You have done something that no other generation has done for over a century, trained and qualified in a pandemic. And please don't underestimate the additional challenges that this will have created for you. I think COVID reminded us all what's important in life: health, love, human connection. It's also reminded us of what is possible and how limited our imaginations can be. So I never imagined that I would live in a world where the government would tell me whether I could meet a friend in their apartment, or how many of us could meet in a park, and that I and most other people would accept these rules for many months. But of course, we all lived through that world. So I am challenging myself and you to imagine other possibilities as well. A world where treatment for addiction is as non-stigmatized and seamless as treatment for a cardiac condition, where healthcare feels equally safe and accessible regardless of your race, gender, or sexuality, where climate change is not inevitable. Because right now it feels like a pivotal time for the planet and for humanity. We're seeing breathtaking evolution of how people and technologies are interfacing with artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, genome-based medicine, robotics, so much more. And you are the generation who stand on this precipice of this new world and have the opportunities to use these technologies to improve the health of people and our planet. So I wanted to leave you with some beautiful, I think, words from Arundhati Roy, who's a writer from South India. She wrote, "Historically, pandemics have forced humans to break with the past and imagine their world anew. This one is no different. It is a portal, a gateway between one world and the next. We can choose to walk through it, dragging the carcasses of our prejudice and hatred, our avarice, our databanks and dead ideas, our dead rivers and smoky skies behind us. Or we can walk through lightly, with little luggage, ready to imagine another world and ready to fight for it." So you who have studied and graduated in this pandemic, stand with us at this portal, and you will be our leaders of the future. So welcome to the world of healthcare, and welcome to this fight for a new world. Thank you.